Hey y'all. Hi guys. So, I recently finished this painting. This painting, this painting, this painting, and I named it When the Shadows Grew Long. I started it in like February, and I just wanted to make a video kind of explaining the inspiration and a little bit of the process just because I took a bunch of videos and time lapses and wanted to share just because I really like the piece. It's a painting of a picture I took at 3 Mile Beach near Santa Cruz during a sunset. I feel like this piece is very me. It's very vibrant. It's got like a lot of small details. Like it's not very loose, it's pretty rigid. Um, yeah, and it's of a place that meant a lot to me. So I kind of wanted to share a little bit about it, if you will let me. Okay, so I made an Instagram post for the painting on Citrine Studio. If you want to go follow it, you can. And I put the following caption. As the sun sets, the shadows grow long and exaggerated, a soft transition and inevitable night. As the last gesture is held, the unacknowledged grows, a lesser evil, the remaining dignity. And then 3 Mile Beach by Santa Cruz, oil on canvas board, 11 by 14. So for the description, I kept it pretty vague and ambiguous just because I think it's important that the viewers make meaning for themselves when it comes to a painting, but I also wanted to add a little bit of a jumping off point. I thought about just like leaving it with a title, but I was afraid that people wouldn't read into it as much as I would hope they did. I feel like, especially on social media and Instagram in particular, people just look at the photo for maybe a second and then keep scrolling, and maybe they'll look at the caption for a second too. So I added a little bit of a longer description for the people that wanted to know about the painting a little bit more, and maybe that would kind of offer a way for them to connect with it a little bit more. So the description takes a lot of inspiration from Jungian psychology, which is an area of psychology that I really got into right after this picture was taken, like during school. It's kind of spearheaded by Carl Jung, as the name suggests. And he talks about how individuals have a shadow, which is a part of our personality that is repressed or neglected. I kind of extrapolated that a little bit. In a similar sense, I used the concept of a shadow to illustrate the looming or underlying problems that two people can simultaneously ignore, let's say. So, according to Jung, the longer someone neglects or represses their shadow, the more likely it is that it will make itself known in some way. So here, my painting represents kind of the final moment before the shadow makes itself known. So it's kind of this like beautiful, picturesque moment, but as the sun sets, the shadows are growing and making themselves more obvious, kind of hinting at future problems that will arise, probably. Whether it's like a lack of motivation to fix things or like a long term uncertainty, like whatever the reason, it doesn't matter in this moment just because, like, the painting represents the last time the two people will do something out of a unified love and care. So here, I think of the quote, "The opposite of love is indifference." I feel like it really fits this idea because the longer you repress something or the longer you neglect something, the longer you're indifferent to these problems or this dynamic you have, the more you are participating in this opposite of love. Does that make sense? The more you are neglecting or actively undermining love. And that's what leads you to a moment like this. The sun is setting, your time in the light is coming to an end, but it's okay because it's beautiful. It's beautiful and you don't have to talk about it. Okay? You don't have to talk about it, it's fine. And your day ends in dignity, a beautiful dignity. So, yeah. After the thought process, we can talk about the real process. Like I said, this is on canvas board. The last time I saw my grandpa, he gave me a bunch of canvas board because he was also an oil painter, and I used one of those for this painting, which is super special because, you know, those boards mean a lot. This painting means a lot. And I'm really happy it was this painting and this board that came together to make this. So I began with an underpainting in like February. I used a dark red or maroon for the sky and a more vibrant red for the water and the land. I really should have let it dry, but I didn't. I blocked in like the darkest dark areas, and then I also tried to do a little bit of the water, but the paint was still wet, and then I was putting blue and turquoise on top of red, and it just made it purple. I tried to clean my brush after every little stroke, but I really should have waited. But it's okay because I just did a little bit of the water and then I left it for another whole month. So I didn't pick it back up until the end of March, and then I added more of the rough colors, like the main colors of the land, the water, and the sky. I think actually just the sky. I completely just ended up redoing it because the colors that I put were not light enough and not vibrant enough. The sky is like chill. The sky is not terrible, but this, what the hell is this? I did this in the last session. I was trying to block out colors, but I feel like the colors I picked were just not representative. Like this teal is so exaggerated. Like in the picture, sure, I guess. No, it's not even teal. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I'm worried that this is really thick. I don't think it would. I think I tried really hard to make everything really thin paint, but it looks thick as hell. So I'm worried what that's gonna be like when I try and fix it. I don't think it's fully dry either. So we'll find out. And then I left it for another month. So now we're at the end of April, and I finished the painting in 2 big sessions. The first one was redo the sky for like an hour. And then I started adding main colors to the hill and the sand and the water. Now for the hardest color to make. Fucking light brown. Wait, never mind. I'm low-key kind of eating. It doesn't look the same on camera, but I swear to God, I promise. It's a little bit red. This is the state of affairs. I kind of fixed the ocean, not really, but I like the colors. I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be good. Oh my god, I'll be honest. I hate the way the water turned out. I had to redo it like 3 or 4 times because I would block in the main colors and it was fine. But as soon as I started to add like any details to it, I would just get lost and it would get muddled and everything went downhill, and then all the colors all of a sudden didn't match anymore, and then I was like, okay, I need to redo this. So then I redid it probably 3 times, and it got to the point where there was so much paint on the board I had to like wipe it off in order to retry. So at that point I was like, okay, like GG, this is done. Like, I'm just gonna leave it for now because this is getting bad. I worked on the land for a bit, the sand for a bit. I don't know, luckily the sand and the land kind of came together decently well. Yeah, I am really happy with the way it turned out. I wish I could paint a little bit looser. Like, I do love some of the small details, like the birds, I feel like was a really good last finishing touch. I think like the little land in the middle was good, but I really wish I could paint a little bit looser. I've been watching Emma Chamberlain's dad's YouTube videos of his painting, and he's been trying to do really loose stuff. He's been trying to make his paintings more vibrant as well, and I really love some of like the recent stuff he's been doing. I would love to work on making my stuff a little bit looser. I feel like you can see a little bit in the land, like it's a little bit loose. There could be more movement in it, I think, which is something I'm going to work on. I'm also super excited to varnish this piece just because the colors are so vibrant, and I feel like it'll make the darker colors pop a lot more. I've never done varnish before. I think I have to wait like 12 months or something stupid. I'll let you know how that goes. And the last piece of this was taking photos of my art because I don't have like good equipment. I was using my iPhone, the natural light from this window, and the white light of my bedroom. So it was quite a hassle to get a good picture. I think I spent genuinely like a whole morning trying to get a picture of it. I also don't have like fancy editing software. Like, I don't have any Adobe products like Photoshop or Lightroom, so I couldn't edit the photos. I could only edit it with like stuff I had on my phone or my Mac. So yeah, that was a struggle. I think the pictures turned out okay though. I saw a TikTok of this girl that makes prints using photos she takes with her iPhone, and I was like, period. I was literally researching borrowing a DSLR camera from the library so I could take photos of my art. And then I saw that TikTok and I was like, well, if she does it, why can't I? I've got an iPhone 13, like, I can do that maybe. And, you know, it was okay. It was okay. I feel like I'm too novice to be looking at, like, really good cameras and lighting and stuff. So, yeah, that's where that's going. Kind of on that topic, I'm recording with Photo Booth right now. So I'm interested to see how the audio and the video is. I started using DaVinci Resolve to edit the videos, which was really fun. It's quite confusing, but I watched one YouTube video, so how hard could it be? I was using my gaming headset's mic yesterday, and it was so fun. I wanted to record like a voiceover with the headset, but I also wanted a video. And the headphones are like bright RGB, So I didn't want to record a video with not only the funny looking headset and the mic, but just like the bright RGB. Just wasn't really fitting the vibe. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched all the way through, follow my art Instagram, subscribe, and hopefully I'll talk soon. We'll talk soon. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.